of the
Without
vote,
sound.
that's when you would go to workshop.
Okay, I'm gonna call to order the Public Safety Committee meeting for May 14th, 2024. It looks like Councilmember Hubler is in attendance. I, myself, Angela Baldwin, am also in attendance. And, okay, is Councilmember Roach virtual by chance?
I don't see him.
Okay. But I do not see him here. And then we will move to, item C, approval of minutes. I did look over the minutes and did not see any errors. Okay. Let's move on to D then, department reports and presentations. Let's begin with, Chief Parkinson for East Pierce Fire and Rescue Monthly Report.
All right. I apologize. I got my stats to you a little late. I was out of town at the AWC conference. I think I would rather been here, but anyway, boo-hoo. Anyway, as far as stats go,
Yeah.
if you have those pulled up.
That was online, correct?
Yeah, and it was, I think Leslie sent them out, yesterday or today. But I will kind of give you the summary if you don't have them pulled up. There's nothing really notable outside of, like I said, earlier in the year, we kind of had some anomalies just because of weather events, and that's all starting to normalize. We don't have anything really noteworthy to report out as far as incidents go for the year or year to date. And then just some other good to know items. So kind of going through the list here, number one, Proposition 1, which was on the ballot back in April, did pass. That was certified about a week and a half ago. So that's good for us. Kind of next impacts as far as impacts to Bonney Lake will be us adding 2 additional medic units midsummer. One will be located out of Station 111 here in Bonney Lake, and the other one out in Prairie Ridge. So that will and that one also will help keep the units in town here. We do have a vacant commissioner spot on the board, and that will be being filled by the board next Tuesday, May 21st. And then just FYI, I will be presenting in front of Bonney Lake City Council, just giving my annual update on June 11th, which will be, I think, the night of our next public safety committee meeting. But that is all that I have. If there's any questions I can answer.
Sorry, I missed something that you said right after you said, that Prop 1 was allowing us to have 2 additional medic units, one at
Yes.
Station 111
Yep.
and then in Prairie Ridge.
Yep.
And then you said something right after that. I missed it.
Vacant commission.
There you
Oh,
go.
sorry. Thank
Yeah,
you.
can you
Please, somebody say
can you
anything. Oh my
repeat
God,
that again?
what did I say right after that? Yes, vacant commissioner spot. So that was by the passing of Mike Cathy, and so that spot will be filled by the board next Tuesday.
Okay, very good. Do you have any questions? Okay, all right. We will move on to the next committee report. Chief Barry, Bonney Lake Police Department monthly reports.
First of all, thank you. Kudos to my friend Jason Sullivan, who reminded me to print out a copy of this because when my computer went down, I've learned that lesson.
See?
I have had that experience
Thank
as
you,
well,
Chief.
so yes.
I was here for you, chief.
Nice thing about this public safety report for us is NIBRS is back on. So we're actually starting to get statistics again, but NIBRS is always a month behind. So in May, I would normally be giving you the April report, but we're still waiting on those to come in. But you can kind of start seeing the crime trends. Our crime trends are what they've continued to be. They're going down. Juvenile crimes tend to be the highest growing right now of all of our crimes. So we kind of do the blotter of, events we think you might be interested in. I don't know if anyone had any questions about any of them. The one I thought there might be some questions on was we recovered some pieces of the Boy and the Bird
I
statue.
did see that.
Yeah. We did. They were found, turned in by someone down off Valley Ave in the middle of the night who was walking down the road with a cardboard box.
It was in pieces.
Saw a police officer, said, "Hey, I was just gonna give these to you guys." And so it was cut into pieces. They didn't know anything. They weren't cooperative. We did try and fingerprint them and actually tried for DNA, but because they've been out in the elements for a long time, we didn't get anything of evidentiary value back on those. Normally, we would not do DNA on a vandalism, but we understood the community interest in this one, so we gave it a whirl. Any questions about those? Because I have a couple other things to discuss.
Yeah, I had a quick question, with, the, NIBRs, do you call it NIBRs or NIBRs?
Snipers.
Okay, yeah, with the NIBRs, you were saying juvenile crimes is on the rise.
Juvenile arrests.
Juvenile
Sorry.
arrests are on the rise. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if you look at right now, for this year to date, we're at 8 already compared to 4 the year before,
okay.
so
Okay,
quite an increase. Okay, and that's not just for Bonney Lake, that is what we're seeing throughout the region. So if you're not familiar with Raymond Hall, that's our juvenile booking facility. A lot of people don't realize this, it's run by Superior Court, it's not run by the county jail, it's not run by the prosecutor's office. So we don't have any say in anything. They will not take an arrestee on anything that's not a violent felony. So if we have a DV misdemeanor assault, for example, we're not able to put those kids into Raymond Hall. We just have to release them to parents who or just had the incident. So that's some of our problem is we don't have a place to put them right now.
what could change that?
Well, Superior Court judges are elected officials, and so pressure upon them would be the way to do it. Again, Superior Court's its own gig. I'm sure Dean can talk to more about that, but all the judges are elected and they get to run Raymond Hall. And so we're trying through Pierce County Police Chiefs Association and other groups to lobby for them, working with Mary Robin at the prosecutor's office, with all the local police chiefs and the sheriff to put pressure on them. So far, they're not prejudice. There's a political, ideological difference in people thinking that it should or should not, kids, juveniles should or should not be incarcerated. You know, an 8-year-old should not be incarcerated. 17-year-old that shoots somebody in the eye should be kept in custody and not given release in my opinion. So.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was that hard to be able to make sure that the younger generation was being held accountable.
There's a lack of accountability in the juvenile justice system right now.
Okay, you said there was more that I felt.
I have a couple of things to
Sure.
talk about. This is actually gonna go in front of the finance department tonight, but I want to make sure public safety committee knew about it. And the reason it's going to them is a change in expenditures in our budgeting. So they asked me to take it through finance. But I want you to all be aware. Councilmember Baldwin was made aware earlier. I'm going to finance committee and I'm asking to access 122 funds or 121 funds, which are our federal drug seizure funds, to purchase night vision equipment and the corresponding sighting systems for our 3 SWAT team members. Comes out to about $35,000 total. This will not come out of the general fund. That's federal drug seizure funds. So when it costs the taxpayers a penny, it's not going to come out of the city's general fund. But because it is more than we had allocated for this year, I have to take it from the finance. But I wanted you to know as part of public safety that I'm doing that.
Okay.
And then the last thing is I put in for 2 grants and we're waiting to hear back on those. One is for an automated fingerprint system that can be used by the prosecutors, the court system, and also possibly partnering with the schools for doing the background checks on coaches and volunteers. So we put in for a $10,000 grant for that. And then I put in for a $180,000 grant through WATPA, which is part of the Washington Association of Sheriff and Police Chiefs, for a flock camera system. And flock is an advanced license plate reader system where basically you can look at license plates at an intersection to like that car stolen, if it's a silver alert or an amber alert. I'll also tell you other agencies using flock are looking for it for a shooting. The good thing about this is it's only kept on a 30-day retention. So it's not collecting data. So after 30 days, it just goes away. We don't have to retain it. But the other nice thing is if we were to have a major crime, say a shooting, we could go into a system, the time frame, a date frame, so we're looking for a white car and check all our cameras and instantly get back any white sedans that were in the area at that time. So I'll bring more of that in the future. I'm not really bringing a big presentation yet until I find out if we got the award. Then I'll bring that to council and ask if we want to accept that grant.
Okay. Okay. And you're saying that the data is not collected, but deletes after 30 days?
Yeah, so
But they can look for stuff.
correct. The idea is that,
So
data.
it's not technically like deleted data, right? Because they can search for it over 30 days.
No,
No.
so it goes to a server, it goes through evidence.com and through their cloud, so we don't have access to it. And their retention schedule is 30 days. So
Okay.
unless they violate their own policies, their retention schedule is 30 days. That way, we don't have to worry about storing the data, we don't have to worry about public disclosure. But at the same time, within 30 days, we should know if a crime occurred, right?
Okay.
And then we can get stuff of evidentiary value within that 30-day period.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. All right. Thank you so much. Okay, now we're gonna go to the prosecutor's office report. Dina Burr.
Thank you, Councilmember Baldwin.
Yes.
So in April, we had a total of 537 hearings that we represented the city on. Of those, I wanted to highlight that we had 46 arraignments. So that's 46 new charges that were filed against the defendants for new crimes. And we had 135 pretrial hearings. So that's ongoing cases where we're negotiating with the defense counsel to make sure that the defendant is held accountable. We reviewed and processed 17.93 hours of body worn camera. Just kind of looking at the past year's worth of data, we're averaging about 20 hours of body worn camera per month. So we have to process that, get that body worn camera, review it, and then also provide it to defense counsel. In community court yesterday, we celebrated a community court graduation. So we had one person graduate. That person had a long history with the Bonney Lake court, really turned their life around. They have over 200 days sober. They've done a lot of work to become a contributing member of society. We also currently have 15 active participants in community court, and we have 7 pending referrals to community court. So the 15 people are active in community court. They're coming every Monday and they're being held accountable. They're doing community service. They're doing urinalysis to make sure they're maintaining the sobriety. And then the 7 people are potential community court people. They still have to get an evaluation and meet with our community court case manager, but they're people that have been flagged and have expressed an interest in the program. See what else. In April, I went to the Washington State Association of Municipal Attorneys Conference that was in Vancouver, Washington. And at that, I was elected to the board of WASAMA. That's the Municipal Attorneys Association. And then our office submitted a grant application to the Office on Violence Against Women's Local Law Enforcement of Cyber Crimes Program. So it was a $500,000 grant over a 3-year period. What we put in for was laptops and docking stations for the police department, some trainings for police and prosecutors to attend. And then also some communication software that we could use to communicate with victims in a discreet, confidential manner. We have our next trial is scheduled for Friday, May 31st at 9 a.m. and trials are open to the public. So everyone is welcome to attend and see the criminal justice system in action. And then I also wanted to update you that going to the Finance Committee tonight after this meeting is the ARPA, American Rescue Plan Act funding for the legal specialist 1 position in the prosecutor's office. It's currently funded through November 2024, and going to the Finance Committee tonight is a proposal to utilize ARPA funding through December of 2026 for that position.
So there was somebody there, and then you're wanting ARPA funds to continue the position. Is that correct?
Right, so it's currently ARPA funded as a limited duration position, and it'd be utilizing the additional ARPA kind of interest money from it, which Ms. Ryerson is going to be probably better from that financy
Yeah.
money perspective, but we're hoping that it'll be funded through December of 2026.
Okay. Okay. And then sorry, you said the upcoming, I was just kind of following along. So the upcoming trial is the one that was at the top, right, for May 31st?
Yes, May
Friday
31st at 9 AM.
At 9 AM. Okay, here in this building.
Yes, down
Okay.
in the same room where we have council meetings. We use that as our courtroom.
Okay, and then I noticed that the discovery packets, there was like a drop. Was there a reason for the drop?
You know, honestly, I don't know why there's been a drop. What we've definitely been having issues because since the launch of the body worn camera program, Discovery has become so much more complex. 5 years ago, it was literally just a paper police report and that was Discovery. And now we have, if you have an incident at a Costco, you have the body worn camera from the officers who respond. You have the Costco surveillance video. And then you also have just random passerbys who record it on their phone and utilize an evidence.com link to upload it. It's fantastic for proving a case to have all of these different videos and juries expect it. But when we forward all of these videos and all of the different from the IT perspective, like Costco has a unique player that you need from an IT perspective to even launch and get their video started. It's not like a standard video. So a lot of defense attorneys are refusing to forward discovery when a new defense attorney is hired on a case. So some people, for example, they'll start out with a public defender. They say they can't hire an attorney, maybe a wealthy uncle or something loans them or just gives them money to hire a private attorney. We're having issues where that public defender or that initial private attorney is not forwarding discovery to the newly hired attorney. So we're having to provide discovery 3 or 4 times for one case.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
okay.
got it. Okay. I don't see anything else. Was there anything else that anybody wanted to say for prosecutor questions? You're good? Okay, I will move on then to item E, discussion or action items. Was there anything there? I don't see anything. Okay. I will move on to F, open committee discussion. Is there anything you wanted to discuss?
I have a question for Chief Parkinson.
Yeah.
What's going on with all the fires lately? House fires?
Fires, meaning the one that we just had recently with fatality.
Yeah.
I don't know the,
Fires lately, like, is it, so, just, do we know like what's going on or is this just?
I don't know that there's a common theme. And, like with our most recent fatality, we don't have there's no cause determination yet on it. What we typically see out of an incident like that is gonna be, some of the common things would be misuse of electrical equipment, smoke detectors, which may or may not have been working. Things like that, which are adding to the incident somehow, but, outside of that, there's nothing that we can point to that would say, no common themes that are causing it. And I guess to say it a different way, there's nothing that would suggest arson that's been popping up or anything, so.
Okay. That's the chatter out there is like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You have to ask the chief.
Yeah, I will, kind of point out that, some of the good news that we have for Bonney Lake with the sprinkler ordinance is that you don't have houses with sprinklers that burn down. We still have fires every once in a while, but those houses remain standing. So some of the benefits that in time we'll see as a city that, as the years roll on and new construction continues to, have sprinklers in their homes, so.
And Chief, most of those fires have been in Cedar View, right?
Yes.
Which is a lot of mobile homes that were put in the 60s and 70s, and then some stick-built homes that were late 80s, early 90s, before any of these, as Chief was saying, the sprinkler ordinance.
That's good that there's no common links.
Okay, all right. Move to item G, public comments. I don't see Nancy and Kat. Okay, and that's not somebody here. Okay. Okay, we are adjourned.
Less than 20 minutes.
4:30.